Hello guys, welcome back to the Love or Hate series. Today the episode is all about that Arsenal defence. Maybe not Arsenal team in general really, but I mean I can just right now want to picture it down to just that defence. I did want to just do a whole episode about Gabriel Magalhaes in general, but with Saliba being sent off at the weekend and not now missing the Liverpool game, I think I want to talk about the whole defence as one, that being Ben White, Gabriel, Saliba, Calafiori, Timber, Tomiyasu and Kivior. Them 7 defenders, and I think it's a very versatile defence, a defence that can play in most places. Look at Ben White, who obviously most people still see as more of a traditional centre-back, but he's been doing well at right-back and he gets forward well at right-back. He can maybe fix up his attitude problem a bit, especially towards the national team. I get it, some people just don't play for the national team, but I think the way he's going about it, it really did get on my nerves, the way he spoke about it, saying he got told off. But what, you got told off by your boss and now you're unhappy? Go get another job. Honestly, that's how I saw it as. It's just like, he's just acting like a child, to be fair. And I'm not a fan of that. So that's straight off the bat. I'm not a fan of Ben White as a person. I think he's a very good footballer, but Ben White as a person, we're not a fan. We're not a fan. Going on to the defence as a whole though, and I do feel like this weekend we are going to see how good that defence really is, because a lot of people will talk about how good the Arsenal defence is and how good the partnership is at the back, but I also thought Van Dijk looked good next to Yoshida. I thought Yoshida looked good next to Van Dijk. Obviously Van Dijk looked good next to Yoshida. Van Dijk's a very good defender, but yeah, I do think Van Dijk made Yoshida look good and made Cedric Suarez look good, who's a pretty terrible time at Arsenal. So it kind of shows like a very good, composed, world-class defender can make the defenders around him look good. And last time Saliba went missing for a few games because he was injured, Arsenal fell apart, and I've heard Arsenal fans blame that on Rob Holding coming into the team and Rob Holding being the replacement and not being able to live up to what Saliba was doing. But I don't think, but who's there now? Who's there now to do what Saliba's doing? To come, there's no Rolls Royce defender. Like people say, yeah, Calafiori could play there, or Kivior could play there. Yeah, which they both could. Ben White could play there. Tomiyasu's probably going to come into the team. Timber could play there. That's what I'm saying. They've got good versatility in that defence. There's very good versatility in defence. But in terms of replacing Saliba, I don't think they've got someone to do that. I think they've got someone to replace Gabriel. Going on to Gabriel, are we? No, we're going to start with Saliba, because I do think Saliba is a world-class defender. And I do think he is going to be really missed. And I know it's against Liverpool, so it's a bit of a tough challenge to say how good is this Arsenal defence without Saliba. But it's also the best chance to show how good this Arsenal defence is without Saliba. It's an attack that's going to work your game. It's an attack that's going to try and break you down all game and keep on pressuring you over and over and over again. And if you have a good defence, you can hold with it. Look at how much United's defence changed in the past with like when we were winning, so I say, because Vidic and Ferdinand were our main partnership, but towards the end of it, Smalling and Jones came in for a few games here and there. Johnny Evans would play a few games here and there. Wes Brown, John O'Shea, these guys would still get plenty of minutes into the team because they could just fill in and do a job. They're obviously not as good as Rio or Vidic, but it didn't matter when they played because they still were up to a standard that meant if Vidic got injured, we could live without it. Obviously, the only time we got punished was when Rio got injured, and that was more down to we didn't have that partnership set up Rio yet. But it shows like if someone is vital to the team and they're missing, they're already missing Odegaard and already missing Saka, so they need someone to be a bit of leadership at the back. And if Saliba's not there, what on earth are they going to do? I just can't see it. We'll go on to the other players before we go to Gabriel though. We've got Calafiori. I do think Calafiori is a good defender. I do think they overspent on Calafiori though. I do think he was overhyped because let's be honest with you guys, who was actually watching Calafiori last year? Who was watching Bologna games last year? Not many of us. I watched a few games last year. Couldn't have told you Calafiori was playing for him. I could have told you Xerxes played for him. I could have told you, I didn't know who Calafiori was. It's just one of them where I'd watch like Bologna versus Inter Milan. I didn't know who Calafiori was. He started playing. The only reason he actually made his was playing for Italy was Udogie was injured and unfit. I'm surprised DiMarco wasn't playing, but it is what it is. Timber, another one, I think has been at his time punished by injuries. I actually do think the Arsenal defence would be best with a back four of Ben White, Saliba, Calafiori and Timber, because Timber going to go in the midfield. Same way that Arteta was trying to do last year, when Arteta was trying to work it so that Arsenal would play with a back three, back four, but one of the defenders would move into the midfield, and then how Pep was playing at a time as well. I know Pep still kind of plays every now and then, but that's just a ball carrying defender. But I think Timber would really suit that role, playing as centre back when they're moving forward into the midfield, whereas Calafiori and Ben White can move as a left-sided centre back and a right-sided centre back, and then Saliba through the middle. I think it would be a really good and smart move from Arteta to try and push into that absolute domination midfield, which he clearly wants. Now on to the highlight of the show, which is Gabriel, and oh my god, do I have hatred for that man. It's unfathomable the amount of hatred I have for Gabriel, because I just think he's so overrated. I still see the dopey guy that was there a couple of years ago. People go, no, he's improved so much, but I don't think he has. I think the mistakes are still there. I think the way he grapples players is still a bit rough, and I don't know how he gets away with it. I think the way he goes to the corners is, he scores the corners, but I still think it's stupid. This goal he goes to go against City, go watch it. He scores at the back of his head. He doesn't aim his headers. He just bounces into him, and it comes off for him. If it works, it works. Sure, I get it. If it works, it works. What can I say about it? But I just think that his whole game is just doper. I just think everything about him is doper. I think he plays like he's in Timberlands, for Christ's sake. I know Wan-Bissaka gets slated for so much, but I just don't think Gabriel is up to the standard that Arsenal are needing, and I will die on that. I will die on that hill. I will die on that mountain that I built for myself. And this weekend against Liverpool, yes, I will be hate watching. Yeah, I want Arsenal to win the game. I don't want Liverpool to continue winning games, but I will be hate watching the Arsenal defence. I will be wanting that defence to make mistakes without Saliba there. I see it. Saliba is that calming force in that back line for Arsenal. I want Arsenal to do well against Liverpool for obvious reasons, but my god, do I think that defence relies on Saliba so much. And I think, as I said at the start of the video, Yoshida looked good next to Van Dijk, Gabriel looks good next to Saliba. That's just how it is, guys. That's just how football is sometimes. Great players make average players look better. That's how we're going to end this video. Thank you for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please leave a like. You want to argue with me in the comments? Argue with me in the comments. That's what this series is about. It's about you arguing with me and me making more points, because that's what it's about. Thank you for watching, guys, and hopefully I do catch you next time. Cheers.